This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Green Bay Packers. The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The Packers at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And a throw by Love, taken in by Watson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Dillon now on 1st and 10. Running right through it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Getting to him for the loss there. That's Kalijah Kancey.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Again, it'll be Dillon. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal will feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive starts with a run by White. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Hey, look at this Packers defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. First down, here's White. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Rachaad White with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Come on.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Let's go.
They work now on 2nd and 9. The slot man in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Joe Tryon able to record his 5th sack of the season. On now is the Packers punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. That's taken it around the 40. And now the rookie's free. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. He returns the punt 60 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Ready?
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 5.
Ready?
Again, it's Dillon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Ready.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready.
Love with a give to Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here we go.
2nd and 6.
Hut.
Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Running right, here's Dillon. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Joe Tryon there to make the tackle.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll run a toss here with Dillon. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the 1st half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Love now. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. To throw now. Here's Love. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to have it here at their own 15. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Ray talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
So he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Going with White here, toss left. Down the left sideline. And finally marked down at the 23. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
They run straight ahead here with White. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 122 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They go right back to White here on 1st down. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving. They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. This is 2nd and 8. Opting to run again here with White. Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll run with White. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. They have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run again with Dillon. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Ready.
Now Love. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Black Ultra. Red, yellow. Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They keep it on the ground. White again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Come on.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be.
Back now at Lambeau. 2nd and a couple. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Steal, black. Set, hut.
Here's Love. The short throw to Musgrave. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll run for it with Dillon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set.
Love looking to throw it. And that'll be complete to Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And quickly, they get to the line. Play action this time with Love. Now this, aired out deep for Reed. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
To put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
Down.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range. This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Ready.
On 3rd down, Love. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Here we go.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go up the middle with White. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 159 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they'll run it here. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and short yardage. Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. Oh, how about this on first and goal? And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Okay, ready?
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one. And how about him culminating with a pick six?
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
On the double.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Claws red. Set. Cut.
Throwing. Love. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Ready.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Cut. Cut.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk, but it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Set.
2nd down. Love. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Blue striker. Set.
Working out of the gun. Love. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bucs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive.
Came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, been a long way, real long way, and it's still that way, still that way, still that way, still broad day, live that way, drill that way, came a long way, real long way, been a long way, real long way, and it's still that way, 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 still that way. Eastside Johnny, pull up with the mob, real John Gotti, grinding from the bottom, blood on my hands, ain't no dirt on my body, whip big body, block, it'll be a real big problem, whole lot of prize, that's something you don't know nothing about it, still that way, you ain't built that way, I been more in pain, way to broad day, really short fuse, had a long day, body like wow, like, you know I'm an Eastside, big TDs, type of whole rep, that, top dog since top ramen now, steak and lobster with a shrimp, big, put a ribbon on it, get you give, rep, bet, that, real, never switch, that, came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, been a long way, real long way, and it's still that way, still that way, still that way, still broad day, live that way. this not a drill. Bucket of ice on me, how should I chill? Scoping your mouth, watch how I know how I'm rocking, you know how I'm built. Still in the trenches, we out in the field. If she in her bag, then it's Prada Chanel. The is fake, but she popping for real. Still that way. Run up if you feel that way. You can get this work, but the work don't ship, cause it really don't feel that way. Seen a whole lot of rapping and a whole lot of get like ice. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Talk to me nice. You know I'm an east side, big TDE, step a whole red